What up, y'all?
Holy frizzy
Let
hair.
me switch over to the other
Mike, why
thing.
didn't you tell me my hair was frizzy, dude?
There we go.
It doesn't look frizzy to me, dude.
Are we muted? Are we good? Can you guys hear us?
I don't know. I can't get the stream. I usually keep it open on this. Oh, there we go. I had to reload.
Hello, T and Gonzalo. Gonzalo, it's been a hot
I
minute.
gotta move you over.
Tony Diagnosis with love.
There you go. You're good now, Mike. You don't have to move.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like eyeing it, and I was like, oh. How'd you move my camera, dude? That's weird.
I panned it. I have a control, a pan control.
My camera is just like
on your thing.
Oh.
I'm gonna make us a little bit more blue. We're a little too orange.
Blue.
You're we love those commercials.
It's like insurance.
You're turning into your parents' commercials.
Yeah.
They're so funny. They're so good. Like the kid with the blue hair, and then the guy's like, blue. Like he just wants to comment about the guy's blue hair. Blue.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's
so good.
It's so good.
It's funny.
Boy. Blue.
Oh, hello, Xander.
It's finally Friday. Thank the Lord.
I think if I put it on though, you won't be able to see it. That's a bummer.
See what? See what?
The commercial. I was gonna try to find the commercial to show you.
Oh.
What is it?
Get like
Allstate or something?
Copyright struck.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Is it all?
Just say like, turning into your parents.
Oh yeah. Don't look at me writing. I'm self-conscious about spelling stuff. Don't. Dude. I see your eyes. I see your eyes. Stop it.
Dude,
Stop
I remember
looking.
when I worked at Blockbuster, I like worked with this dude, and like some like customer came up to ask him to like see if we had a movie in stock, and I just remember like looking at him and watching him.
Progressive.
And like
Progressive Insurance.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Okay, dude, say they asked like if we had like Back to the Future or something, because I don't remember the movies. I remember watching him, and like he was very slowly typing like nonsense. Like he had to have been high or something, because like he wasn't even like spelling anything. I was like, no, dude, they said blah blah blah.
Oh no, what's this?
Michael Myers. Rest in peace, McGonagall.
Oh yeah.
Let me just say, Noble Collection making the trio wands from the first two films is BS because they're both canon. WB chose to change them with the third film, the only one it makes sense to make. Ron's, because it was his first that broke. Then Xander said, no, it's not. It's Saturday.
I don't understand what that Michael Myers guy was saying.
Yeah.
Is he saying that
Making
they like
the trio wands.
change their wands?
So Harry, Hermione, and Ron from the first two films, because they're both not canon.
So that they
WB chose to change them with the third film, and the only person it makes sense for is Ron because his wand broke.
Oh,
wait, what does he mean they're not canon?
Well, okay, so in the movies, they didn't have like their character wands, like the ones that they have now.
Oh,
they were just everybody kind of had just sticks. They were just kind of like rounded off sticks,
chopsticks.
It was very basic. And then in the later movies, they all had their unique wands and stuff because they realized, hey, money?
We can do
we
cool
can print
stuff.
money.
Noble
You know what's
Collection
weird
announced
about
that they're
Harry Potter?
releasing the wands of the trio from the first two movies. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well,
that's just a collector's
now
thing.
Kivox has to get them.
the
Thanks a lot.
only two good adaptations.
I don't know. I think that's kind of. I like the last couple. The last two movies.
The wands
No.
in the
are
first
based
two
off of
movies
the-
suck. They all look the same.
Yeah, no, they do. They do. But
You
people are not
know
buying.
what's weird? You know what's weird about the Harry Potter films is like action figures weren't like a big thing for that, were they?
I think they
It's like-
were, but just not.
I don't remember seeing them
popular?
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't
were for,
remember.
like,
I
kids.
honestly
They
don't
had
even remember
toys.
seeing
they,
them.
They have a bunch of plushies and stuff, but they're just like people, and they're not like superheroes. So I feel like that's part of the thing. But like things like Dobby.
Yeah,
You know,
boy,
and, like-
that.
Yeah, but you
with
give
his arms up.
you give Harry a wand and a broomstick
Well, I mean, I have little
or
figures
some.
of.
Why would you
I put
want
them
to
away.
play
I
with
put
a
them
little
all away.
plastic wizard?
That's
I don't know,
weird.
why do you play with anything? Why
Yeah,
would I
why
play
would
with
you
a little
wanna-
tiny Goku? Because it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Goku is pretty dope. McGoat.
Yeah,
Why do you
but-
have like a half naked lady on your shelf behind you? Is she
Right.
from Lost?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, it's from Lost.
Here, I'll point to it.
That's Son.
I'll point to it with my
yeah.
mouse. You see it? It's right there.
Yeah, I mean, I see her.
Hold on, let me move her. Let me move him over. There she is.
I'm staying still.
Right.
I don't
See it?
remember half naked people in the show.
It's like after her and Jin have a tiff, and then she's just like shows her, because he's always like, "Yo, dude, don't unbutton your shirt, you freaking whore." And then at some point
I
she's
don't remember
just
that.
like,
I gotta rewatch Lost.
He's like, don't
You do need to
unbutton your shirt. Aren't they like Korean, not Japanese?
You think Kate
Don't
was
show
hot,
your
dude?
boobies.
No way.
"Wait, what was that?
You think
Kate?
Kate. We gotta go back. We gotta go back, Kate.
Nah, my
I
vote
don't think any of the
goes-
women were hot in that show.
My vote goes to
The pregnant
either.
lady.
I would say Claire, but there's like a love or hate thing I have with like Australian
I
accents,
agree,
and
too.
I hate hers.
I can't
I hate
find
hers.
Kate attractive because I hate
She's
her
so
character
annoying.
so much.
Really?
Remember when, spoilers for a 40-year-old show, it's a little thing though, but remember when that one character was dying and she was like, "Just leave him, Jack, he's dead." And Jack's like, "No, I gotta save him." And then he saved
I don't
them.
remember what
and then he saved them.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, if you listen to stupid Kate, he would have been dead. You don't remember, right?
character or
I do remember you flipping out at that part though.
Yeah,
but I don't remember who died
This is
and like.
nobody died because
Well,
Jack
I
saved
don't remember
her,
who
saved
was
them.
dying.
Kate is a bad person, and you only like her because you like Jack and Sawyer. That's the only reason you end up
hated
liking her.
Sawyer.
She's a bad.
Dude,
Sawyer
ugh,
was so
this is like
awesome.
Sawyer's the man.
I
Dude,
hate
if I were to-
Sawyer.
if
He
I were
annoys
ever
me
to-
so
if
much.
If I ever were to have a son, I would really consider naming him Sawyer.
So
Ew.
that's a good name.
It's not a bad name,
What's it-
to be fair, but I hate his
so
character.
What I really loved, one of my most memorable scenes, which you
Ow.
like too.
I just had like a
I promise,
pain
I
in
did
my
not
head.
touch her. I promise, I did not.
No,
touch
I
her.
just got like
I
a
did
random
not.
like headache.
Let's
when she
pull
has
you
a
little
black
bit
eye
away
next
'cause
stream.
You are,
No, I'm just
you are
kidding.
a little yelly today. So one of my favorite parts was a confrontation between Sawyer and Hurley.
I already know what you're gonna say.
And he's like, "Shut up, redneck
Redneck man.
And then he's like,
Touche.
"Touche." And then they like, you know.
Dude,
they
I just don't get it. He's so gross.
he's not.
He reminds me
Get
of
out.
Kid Rock.
Get out.
He rules, dude.
And I
don't know
said
what
that
you're
back in
talking
the
about.
day when I first saw it, and he's like, "Dude, I love Sawyer." I'm like, "Dude, he's my like."
And
least
so
favorite.
that every girl.
Why?
Yeah.
He's so gross.
All right. Well, two things. One, he has one of the best like character arcs because like he like ends up he just changes so much, and along the way like you see like it's almost like he changes in the way that Kate doesn't.
There's two
Like
of
Kate
us.
just always stays a jerk. What's up? What happened?
Sorry, there were two of us here.
Sweet.
at
Whoa,
that. You see it?
dude.
Wait, why do you refuse to call him Sawyer? You call him James? Why?
Oh yeah, wasn't that his real name?
Michael and his son,
Yeah.
Jake and Kate, were all annoying.
See, I don't dislike Michael, man.
liked
I
Michael.
understand
thought he was
Michael.
fine, Yeah.
Kate?
I loved the old couple. They were great.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you. The old couple. They're the old couple from the show.
Rose and Bernard.
Yeah.
She's like a
I
total.
don't
She's a
remember.
total bitch. Like all the time.
I need to rewatch this. I watched it one time.
You do.
One time, that's it.
I made you watch
You
it.
did. Rose and Bernard.
See, I like Michael, and I don't really care for Kate or Charlie. Charlie, I think, is a creep, like an absolute creep.
Yeah.
That's T's favorite character.
I mean, he did change a lot though as the story went. Like he became a
No, he just like becomes obsessed with like this
Dude,
blonde chick. And
I
her
have
kid.
to say, T, I met a girl named Charlie for the first time ever last weekend or the weekend before, and I was just
you guys had
what?
a fan named Charlie. You guys had a fan, someone who would come in here, Charlie.
you sure it
It's
was
the
a
one that
girl?
I bought
Was it
the
a
wand
girl?
for. Yeah, it was a girl. It was the one I bought that wand for that
Dude,
one time.
This was a little girl that I met last weekend, she came into the office when I was working, and they were like, "Oh, this is my daughter Charlie," and I was just like,
You were like,
mother effer.
Why would you name her Charlie?
It was really a boy. That's why it was born a boy.
I was like, what? I had this huge argument with T because I said I've never met a girl named Charlie, and here you go.
I feel like, I'm just going to be honest. I feel like if you have a daughter and you name them Charlie, you're an asshole. Like, that's been established.
Well, I mean, honestly, just because it's so ingrained in us that it's a male's name or a men's name. I mean, a men's name.
All right, so I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna try to put this on here and see if this works. Hold on. Oh no, we don't want this. No. Ah, well, we can leave that there. No big deal. This is the
oh,
the
he
ad.
found it.
This is the ad though.
A snack for dinner.
We're using a speakerphone in the store. Is that a good idea?
One of the ways I do that is to get them out of the home.
You're looking for a grout brush. Did he ask for your help? No. We all see it.
Just so you know, there's no audio.
Here's Blair.
No audio at all?
I don't hear audio.
Oh,
wait,
man,
I might have it
whole
muted, though.
time.
I might have it muted. Hold on. I don't know. I think Chrome might be messing up for me because I don't think I'm getting
we'll wait
audio
to see
out
if
of
they
it.
say that if we have audio.
He said we can hear it.
All right. Cool,
Okay.
cool. So yeah, so this part's funny because he's like,
We all see it,
and the two guys on the left and the right are like just staring.
We all see it. We all see it. Here's Blair. Okay. Blue. Protect you from
It's just one of those dumb things that like when we watched it, we thought it was so funny.
All of these are great though.
Yeah,
they have like a bunch of them, and they're so good.
They're really funny. Mike, I want to show you that this trailer does not
We
have
will journey to the
all,
Forbidden Lands,
you know,
uncharted territory that the Guild has begun
make
investigating.
this game look
Let's
so
see
good.
it, baby. Let's see it.
It's
Lay it
super
on,
like
Mike.
stuttery
Lands
though,
were
but
believed to be uninhabited until just a few years ago, when a boy
Oh,
named
look at
Watertown
that.
was found there
See?
and taken.
so first of all, this right here, guy.
Remember, I'm delayed, by the way.
And then the girl in the middle is the same girl. It's your handler. She's like your secretary. Also the person that handles all of your paperwork. Because she does all the mission stuff. Like she's the one that you go to for missions. She's the one, you know what I mean? She's your handler. Like, you know.
Okay.
Guild protection. Nata was all alone.
Guy, same girl.
Why do you care? Why
Shut
are
up!
you pointing that out?
I no reason,
Escaping an
just for
attack on
fun.
his village by a mysterious
Look how big that
monster.
guy's coat is. Holy
And the
smokes.
Yeah, dude, so this is everybody thinks that this is like one of the old Ace Hunters from like one of the. By the way, this is Monster Hunter Wilds. For anybody
I hope
that
it
cares.
imports our PS2 saves and it's our original game.
He's like one of the
somehow.
ones from like Plus or Ultra or like or what is it called, the Wii U one or something like that. He's like they think that it's him because he has the same style and the same hair.
I'll never forget when we
Has
first
assembled-
met, and like you had like was it a PSP with Monster Hunter or a DS? I don't remember.
PSP.
And I like turned it on, and you had like 230 hours in the game or something.
Yeah, that's
and I
not
was
even
just
a
like,
lot.
That's it?
what?
That's it?
That's it.
And
that
that's,
was the
and that's not
beginning.
even
I
counting
remember
the
thinking like,
original.
oh
that's
my
not-
god.
That's not even including the original PSP version before they released the Freedom version or whatever.
that would
So
be
it was
cool.
probably more like 1,000.
If Ron's wand came taped.
They have one that's like
It says
that, I think,
probably gonna
but-
get Ron's wand, even though it comes broken and taped, but pass on Harry and Hermione's. We live in Connecticut, which is yes, in New England.
Better than Maine.
Expedition to investigate.
It seems we must do a more thorough investigation.
That's clearly a guy.
Okay.
I don't know what
Hold
you're
on,
seeing because
hold
it's
on.
delayed.
Clearly a guy.
That's pretty cool that it comes taped.
Our
I
objectives
wish it wasn't
will be
so
to
delayed.
investigate the monster, known as
No.
the White Wraith, and to rescue Nata's people, known as the Keepers.
It's cool. They're actually trying to do like a little bit of a story and stuff, like, you know, where this kid's stuff was like his people were all killed and stuff, and you're trying to
Leonard!
rescue, or not rescue, but like save his people or something.
Oh, who am I, you ask?
I'm not really worried
My
about
name
it.
is Alma, and I'll be your guide on this journey.
I have zero intention of paying attention to this story.
I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Like I'm excited. I mean, it's cool that you could play like you could play the game with like NPC parties.
Yeah.
Like an NPC party, which is pretty nice.
That's
That was
pretty
always
dope.
annoying.
Are you ready
when
to step into
I just wish they scaled it like They didn't scale it. I wish like certain monsters were just this strong, and then if you got to the G rank, they would be stronger or whatever.
World of adventure. Let's go.
Dude, the
It'd be
armor,
cool
though,
if
like,
it'd be cool if like you
nice
could
It's
download your
very,
buddies.
Assassin's Creed.
It definitely, yeah. I thought the same thing. Like this looks like Assassin's Creed armor, but like green.
It'd
Yeah,
be dope
see
if you
it?
could like download your like friends' characters to be in your party.
Oh yeah, that would be really
dope.
cool. You used to
And
be
then
able
like
to
if you use them, they get experience.
you could hire their cats in the other games, in some of the other games.
That sounds
where, like
about
they
right.
had their cat companion, and you could hire theirs, and then like I think they would occasionally. That's how it like. That would be so cool though if the main character, like your part, and then it would update if they updated their characters, like if they got like new stuff.
And you get like some loot, like you like so like
Yeah.
there's a chance you could get like a cool
like
carve.
every time you like log in or something, if you were used like a thing, because that's kind of how Dragon's Dogma is, where if you
Oh, I got a cool idea.
okay, if you get like if your pawn, because that's what you make, right? If your pawn gets used, they can they come back with like usually some experience and some loot, but they also like learn about the world. So if they went somewhere in the other person's game that you haven't gone to yet, they may say like, oh, there's a treasure chest over here, like let me lead
That'd
you
be
to
cool.
it.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you could tell them to bring you there and stuff.
What if you could also like give them
Each
like so you could help each other farm? So say I knew you needed a plate,
Yeah.
and I carved one, I could give you that like in the rewards. I could give you that
I
plate.
still wish you like since they don't want you in the game to like share items and stuff, like so that you don't just power level people. You should be
I
able
thought
to
they let you
share.
share items, but not armor.
You should be able to share like
Right,
there's a
no?
rarity level though. Like I think you
Yeah.
could share up to a certain rarity, but I wish you could just trade for even rarity. You know what I mean? Like rare
Like
five.
You should-
Pokemon.
You should
No,
be
'cause
able to
Pokemon you could
trade.
No, I know, but just trading like Pokemon, and
Yes,
not
but
like
not
just
like
letting you
Pokemon.
give, but you have to like give and receive.
Yeah, but it would have to be the same rarity, I think, because that would still balance it. Because then you would have a rare item for a rare item, you know, like.
You should be able to trade if you got it on the same hunt. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah,
And it would also just make sense.
yeah. So there's
Hunter.
where was it?
Want to hear something hilarious?
Your face.
Kivox once
handler, it's my
like
responsibility to
literally guessed my coworker's son's name.
Yeah,
Like I was like, yeah,
it was weird.
And dude, he was like, what is his name, like Hunter or something? And I was like, yeah. And he was like,
It was
no.
crazy.
That's
I
funny.
just thought of that because it said Hunter.
authorize hunts.
Oh yeah, because it's called Monster Hunter.
You need.
Yeah. What's his name? Monster or something?
Monster materials you provide.
Everybody's waifu, new waifu.
Seriously, boobies.
Perfection.
There's also like a scene I think in here where like he's just like smearing this, like pouring this cheese on like a piece of bread or something, and it looks so good. Like the food in this game always looks so freaking good. Like there's
They put a weird amount of work into the food.
yeah, it's so good, dude. Oh yeah, you can like make like tents like not anywhere, but like in certain locations now you could just make
That's
like
dope.
a portable tent, but they can also get like destroyed. But that's where you would go to like change your armor and stuff.
And you have like a chest.
Oh, that's dope. Instead of the one that like would default in the starting area where you could go sleep.
Yeah, because there's no like
That's so
starting
cool.
area anymore, you know? Like it's supposed to be like open and you just go out. So
Yeah.
Oh, you also get
That's
a mount.
super cool.
You also get a mount now too. I want to see the part with like the cooking and stuff. Oh, also they're doing like a lot of like what's it called when they try to like help like things that are easy to make the game easier.
Like hand holding?
No. Things to make the game like
Tutorials?
less like annoying. Like being able to pick something up without like crouching first.
Oh, like quality of life
Quality
stuff.
of life. I always forget that with that. I always want to say slice of life, but
Close
that's
enough,
not the
dude.
thing. Quality of life stuff. So they have a lot of that in this. Like even right here, this section where they're talking about like she'll ask you questions and you answer it, and she'll recommend a certain type of weapon based on how you want to play. You know,
There better be an option called "Shut Up, give me a katana.
Well, it's
That's what I
funny
want.
because like I was watching a video about this, and the guy was like, "It would be funny if no matter what you choose, she just tells you a longsword, because that's what it is, right? The longsword. It's like no matter what, because that's what you end up like I think getting in this is. Wait, did I just highlight this here?
No.
I think
What,
you
the
can,
text option?
I think you can do that now in on what's it called, but.
You could do that on the iPhone, where if you take a screenshot, you can
Yes,
highlight
but I think
like
you
text.
can do it in video as well now.
That's unsettling.
Yeah. What are they saying?
I'm gonna be so mad if WB chooses to make all new wands for all the characters in the new show, because then it will feel like our original WW wands from Noble will feel less important and special.
No, so think of it like they're more important and special now because they're the originals. You see? I don't think it would be bad. I think they definitely will update them. If they don't change them completely, they will update them.
Yeah, Leonard said, "How's it going?"
It's going all right.
Going. Hunter was the name of the kid who Toby was trying to take over in the Paranormal Activity series. I don't know. I appreciate the dude's Lost collection since it's my favorite show of all time, even though he doesn't like the best characters on the show. Two Michaels who are obsessed with Lost.
Who's the best character on the show?
Yeah,
who was he saying?
Is the best?
Well, who did you say you didn't like?
Yeah, who didn't you like? Charlie?
I don't care for Charlie. Yes,
And
that's
Kate.
the only.
And I think
No,
they said
I didn't
that
say
they
I
liked
don't
Kate.
like. I don't dislike Kate. I just think she's a bad person.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think she's easily a bad person.
Oh, here we go. Here's the food part. Look at this. Look at this. Get that.
Show me
you
that
get some
cheese
fish.
bread, son.
Oh, right from the pan. Ow.
Oh yeah, so tasty. Look at this steak, dude. Look at these ribs or whatever this is.
It looks like fish, dude.
And he puts it away. Mike, that kind of looks like you too, like that main character guy.
Not my man.
Well, like when you have long hair.
Main character energy. I love it.
He didn't like Kate, I thought.
I didn't say I dislike Kate, or if I
said
did,
he
that's not
hates
what I
Kate.
meant.
Oh, yeah,
I
this is one of
just
the
think she's a
new-
bad person.
This is one of the new like monsters here too. It's like a chicken brute wyvern that has
Whoa.
like fiery tail thing.
That thing is cool.
Dude, there's a
pretty sweet.
spider. There's a spider creature monster thing. That thing looks really cool. It has like a flower butt. A flower butt.
Okay.
And this looks like an ugly ass dog thing.
Lion dog.
Look at that thing.
Naked lion dog. Bear.
It's a Sharpei lion.
The windward plains,
Oh yeah, and then you
the
get your
discovery
mount.
you're sacred.
Sacred.
Whether
Your
it's a target
chocobo.
you're trying to
Pretty
reach,
much.
or just a point on the map.
Have you tried
your
the
sacred will
show
follow the scent
From?
and
Yes, I haven't watched the newest season though. I just found out that apparently it's out.
Well, let's talk about it.
From.
Talk about what?
Oh.
Look at that little guy. He's so cute. All right, I'm gonna switch this back. Meow meow meow.
Oh, it
From.
really did look like they ripped off a chocobo. I respect that.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. Oh, you can also like pick up stuff and like attack while on.
They
on
can't
back.
see it anymore.
I know. I was just trying to see the thing. Would you say From? The name of the show is From.
Yeah, it stars. Whoa, it's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I haven't watched the new season. I'll probably wait until like
it's
all
a
the
new
episodes
season?
are out.
What's a
Yeah, there's
Oh,
season
third
3.
season. Crap.
I never even heard of this. What's it on?
It's
It's like a horror show?
it's on some. Oh man,
Is it a
I
horror show?
subscribed to some channel on Amazon Prime. That's how I watched it.
Is it a horror show?
Yeah, it's like scary. It's like interesting mystery horror.
Ooh, that
cool.
sounds good.
Check it out, man.
Check
Let's
it
watch that trailer next. Why not? Let's just keep watching trailers.
Is Kate a bad person for killing her dad and beating her mom and who knows what?
Jeez.
No,
MGM.
Kate's a bad person because she makes nonstop terrible choices and only has her
make that
best
smaller.
intentions in mind,
What?
even if like it
Yes.
hurts other people
Yeah.
and stuff.
Is it just too bright?
That's
I
why.
just can't see.
What?
Oh my god, I couldn't see.
Because
Like
it was
us.
too bright? Oh, you couldn't see
Her
yourself.
eyes were closed. She's like, I can't see.
Could you straighten your back out? Because you're like a little.
Ever since you
old
punched
lady.
her in the head, dude, she hasn't been right.
Every time, dude. If I tap her for any
I don't mean
more than
to.
a second, she starts going every single time.
I mean, come on.
She doesn't
You
do
don't
it on.
do that?
She doesn't do it on purpose. Nobody ever
That's
touches
funny.
my back.
You want to do
No,
it.
I get burp. I get burpy.
He's gonna burp,
You wanna
dude.
do
He's
it.
totally
I
gonna
get
burp.
burpy.
Do it. I'm a baby burping expert now.
I know. As soon as you hit me, I'm like,
But
I think I got it.
But
I got better at it. I used to suck at burping the baby.
As soon as that thing has to burp, I just give him away.
You're like, oh, you ate and
I'm
you
like,
never
no.
fed him.
No, thanks. I don't need to do that. It's scary. What
You
if I
wouldn't feed
him?
your own kid if you
What
had
if
a
I
kid?
feed him too much?
then they're like, and it's like coming down the side of their mouth. It's like,
Eat the fucking bot. Eat it. You squeeze it and just like shooting in his mouth. He's
Oh my
like,
god, the poor kid.
I'm drowning.
just pours the whole bottle without
Just
the nipple thing on it.
how do I feed him? Just open it up and
Oh my
pour
god,
it
you
in.
weren't there the other day. Like, we were all watching this show. I don't even remember what we were watching, and all of a sudden we heard this like cicada sound. It was like, it literally sounded like
It was the baby.
bugs.
pooping.
And it was the bottle, like he was eating it, and like it was, the liquid is too hot, and then she didn't like express the air after she heated it up. And it had like all this like built up air
Rookie
and pressure.
move.
So when he was eating it, it was like, and
it
we were just
blew
like,
up.
what is that noise?
That's scary.
And it was the freaking bottle, and we're just like, oh my god, it was so loud.
Then it exploded and covered him in formula. Or
I was just
whatever.
afraid that he was gonna get full of air and then throw up everywhere. How many times have you watched Lost all the way through, Michael?
3 times.
I've only watched it 1.5. Because I watched like part of it, and then I think I got you to watch it. Or was it already out?
No, you already watched all of it when I watched it, I thought.
I don't remember watching the end of it.
Maybe it wasn't out. When did it end?
I don't remember. The expert would know.
Michael?
When did it? What do you mean? Like what
What
year did it end?
Did it end?
2010 or 11, I think.
So it probably wasn't out.
I don't think it was. I think we watched the ending together and I only watched it once.
Got it. I need to rewatch it too.
Look, Mike has the same thing that I have.
What?
Oh yeah, I bought you that
What?
for your birthday
What?
Christmas.
What do you have?
Just wait a sec. Look at
What?
the thing right here.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I see it. My man.
I wonder if I can.
All right, you need to chat.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Another loss.
Galo.
That was
I need the
pretty good,
chat.
Dude, don't tell me what I can and can't do. It's not funny the second time I say it.
Oh my god.
I was trying to see if I could change the input for you so you could see what I'm streaming, but I can't.
I hear what you're
Yeah, so
saying.
did-
Oh, my arm.
No, sorry, go ahead.
About the wands and the new show, but I don't know. People have the Elder Wand tattooed on them. I almost did, and I can't imagine the Elder Wand looking differently. But still, it could still be the original Elder Wand. No one's taken that away
That's true.
from you.
Yeah, who knows if the show is going to be any good?
Wow, what if the show sucks? Then you're not going to want, like...
Yeah.
I've always been afraid to get, like, hyped things, like, tattooed on me, like Harry Potter
Or something from like an
something that
anime.
is still being produced and they could still F up.
Oh,
like-
yeah, that's a great point.
Like, I've always loved corn, right? But I would never
love
get a
corn,
corn
too.
tattoo
Corn and peas are my favorite.
because they could suck one day.
think I
Or
like
one of the
peas
members
better
could
than
do
corn,
something
though.
stupid or, like, I don't know. Like, anything like that. However, I do have a Howl's Moving Castle tattoo, but that movie will always be amazing, and they're not making any others.
Dude,
Also, I'm
peas
still
are.
pissed.
I literally bought some peas yesterday. Was it yesterday that I brought them? It was.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, and we were transferring them into a big container, and I was just eating them frozen. They're just delicious.
He
I love
loves
them.
peas. They're so gross.
It's a recently discovered thing about me that I figured out that I really like peas.
Gross.
All right, I can just snack on them. They're just like delicious little. Like,
I can't trust you. You like bananas.
Frozen treats. I love bananas. You know what I've been doing with bananas lately that I discovered all by myself?
I don't want to know, dude.
Freezing them. So you cut them up and freeze them, and they like last forever. Not literally, but they last. They're great. And if you cut them into like little rings, you could just eat them like little snacks. Frozen. Don't let them thaw though. You can't let them thaw because once they thaw, they get like gross.
The texture of peas. What? Peas are so little they don't even have a texture.
Yeah, get out of here.
You gotta swallow them whole, dude. That's what you
Also,
gotta
I'm
do.
still
Like
pissed we
pills.
got robbed of Dumbledore versus Grindelwald duel after years of waiting.
Yeah, that movie series.
Are
like,
those
really
movies
went-
just done?
I
Like
think
they're just
so.
like,
I
never
think
mind.
so, yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I could get a sanitizer bottle tattoo, but my tattoos are a little more cool than that. I don't know about corn.
But if it was a Japanese bottle of hand sanitizer, they
He
probably
said-
got some crazy looking
And
hand
the
sanitizer.
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 Tie.
I eat frozen mangoes, said T. Mangoes, I like mangoes, but they're so stringy that I feel like I'm going to choke. The inside textures of peas are so mushy. I mean, I guess.
They're this
but they're so
big.
small. Like,
what the hell?
even I can't even, like notice when I'm eating them.
So I take it you don't eat bananas or peanut butter or Jello or pudding or ketchup or anything that's mushy.
Dude, have you ever had any of those like
what about
dried
mashed
peas and
potatoes?
wasabi?
Oh yeah,
talking about, like,
wasapis. That's what I call them.
Wasapis, yeah, boy.
Missed
Pisabis.
opportunity. Don't know why they didn't call them wasapis.
what series did they cancel?
The Harry
Harry
Potter ones,
Potter.
I think he's talking about.
Peas also taste bad. I mean, I agree. I don't really like peas. They're okay if they're in something and they're cooked to death and you can barely taste them. But like, other
Dude,
than that,
the better pea, the classy person's pea, edamame, dude, or whatever the hell it's called. That's where it's at, my dude.
I don't think I've ever eaten an edamame.
Dog.
Is
Does it
tricky.
taste like pea?
How would Jello make you gag? It's just
Yes.
like eating like I don't know, like I don't understand. I'm so broken I can't even English.
I mean, like if you're afraid of mushy stuff, then you can't eat mashed potatoes, right? I'm assuming. Or like any sort of custard. No custards.
No, I'm trying to think of a texture that specifically bugs me. I
don't think I have a
Wet-
texture problem like with food.
I think.
I have a taste
wet
problem.
bread. Wet
Ja-
bread creeps me out sometimes.
Well, it depends.
Unless
If
it
it's-
makes sense.
If it's wet bread or if it's wet because you had a juicy burger on it, that's different. And if it's been
That's
sitting
different.
there,
A sandwich
Yeah.
sitting that got yes,
if
that's
it's been
different.
sitting there for like an hour and it just like absorbed everything and now it's just literal mush.
But then it
that's
tastes
kinda,
good.
No, if the bread, no, trust me, it doesn't taste. When you eat your sandwiches, you eat them within the hour because it takes you about an hour to eat anything. But if you were to leave your sandwich aside and you let it all, it would literally wouldn't feel like bread anymore.
Dude,
It'd be really gross.
one
But
of-
that's why you
one of
toast
the-
the bread so that it kind of creates a little bit of a
I
border.
don't like toasted bread
and
as
dry.
much.
Well, because you're nuts.
oh yeah, dude, you got to toasting bread instantly makes a sandwich better.
What do you mean hot chicken
Yeah, what do you
is
mean?
a big no? What
do you mean?
mean?
Hot chicken?
How do you eat chicken cold?
T, you're freaking me out, bro. Like you're just making shit up now.
She said mashed potatoes okay. It depends.
Hot
Mushrooms are the
chicken.
worst, but the peas being mushy is a problem because peas taste bad. Mashed potatoes are mushy but taste good, dude. That was Michael.
Got it. Okay. I mean,
I don't understand the
each his
hot
own.
chicken thing.
I
like
need to know what the hot chicken means.
yeah, we'll find out.
hot chicken sandwiches from where?
You mean like spicy chicken?
Yeah,
from like a
spicy
Chick-fil-A?
hot or like a fried chicken sandwich in bread, obviously, because it's a sandwich.
I like fake chicken.
It's a dish.
No, it's not a dish. That's just things that you're listing.
I mean, maybe
and then
we don't
saying that
have
it's a
them
dish.
here.
Hey, can I have a hot chicken?
She's sending a picture.
Can I have a hot chicken sandwich?
Say spicy, it will not cause
Dude, this is like
confusion.
reminding me of something, and it's like gonna drive me nuts.
Does she
where
mean
it's like
spicy?
where there's like a food. Maybe it's from like a podcast from like literally 15 years ago. But I feel like there's some weird thing. I heard like a similar conversation for something called like hot dish or something, and it's like
Hot pot?
it's like literally
A hot pot?
no.
Okay.
It's literally called something like hot dish or something,
'Cause hot pot
but it's
is
like
a
a
thing, right?
thing. But
Like a
that's what it's
Japanese
called.
thing?
I don't know.
This is messing with me.
2 spicy chicken sandwiches for dinner. I haven't had real chicken in a long time.
Wait, she's sending us something on what?
I don't know.
Discord.
By
Discord,
mail, she's sending you
probably?
some.
Oh, look, I got something.
It's funny because like
Okay.
literally
That
the
looks
only
gross.
So
That
what-
looks
Is that a
highly
stupid Canadian?
unappetizing.
Is that a stupid Canadian thing?
It's not gonna
Hold
show
on,
you.
let
you
me
gotta
see.
block-
What's it
it's
called?
focusing on
Hot
our
chicken?
faces.
Is it focused?
Oh my god! Yes, it's focused.
I know, but I can't. It almost looks like a lasagna with like a chicken
just
patty.
looks
Okay, so let me
gross.
tell you what it is. It's a slice of bread,
Pulled chicken.
chicken with some sort of gravy,
Bread.
another layer of bread,
Gravy poured all
on
over.
top of the bread, and
I
then
say this,
and then a
I say
handful of
this-
peas on top of that. So the problem with
say
that is
this
that
with
that is
all
not a
due-
sandwich. That you would have to eat with a knife and fork. You can't fucking pick that up.
I say this with all due respect. This looks like the
I'm gonna be honest. I would
Foreign-
probably make that at
Why are
home.
you so loud?
Because
No,
I
no.
got to talk over Mike
This-
because he's talking, so I'm trying to interrupt him. So I got to speak really loudly.
This looks like the foreign version of what I call in America welfare burgers, which is when you have a cheeseburger with 2 pieces of like bread instead of
bread.
actual
Yo,
buns.
I love that.
This
I don't eat
this looks like
burgers,
a
but
foreign version of that, where like they would give you in a homeless shelter
I mean,
on
T,
Thanksgiving. I
you
can't get behind this
You
at all.
can't really like use that as an example because that is a terrible sandwich, T. That's like me saying I can't eat a shit sandwich because it's a shit sandwich. Like it's just because it has peas on it doesn't make it bad. Because if I were to take the chicken and the gravy and the peas in that, it would probably be delicious. You know?
the fact that you have that
I just
weird
wouldn't
bread.
add the bread. The bread is just there to like be stupid and create layers. Like you can't eat that. It's not a sandwich, so don't put bread in it. You know what I'm
Wow,
saying?
This triggered him.
Do you know what I mean? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
I think it looks gross.
You disagree?
All right, buddy. I got a challenge. I got a challenge for you. I want your opinion on this, bro. Give me 1 second.
Wet bread and peas, it's disgusting. Tony
All
said the
right.
hot chicken sandwich looks like something you would make as a kid.
Wait, hold on. I gotta do this.
He disappeared.
I want to know your opinion. I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
I hear him. I don't see him.
Yeah, no, he's
I know,
trying
I'm
to
joking,
get it.
dude.
Oh.
Ah, shit. I can't find it.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
get how
send
that
it to
I
you
was
wish I
instead.
knew which sandwich they were talking about. You just probably Google it. I showed it on the screen.
Man, why can't it? It won't show me Chrome. Yeah, I'm trying this one more time. Give me a second. Ah, here it is. All right. What is your opinion on this lovely dish since you
Ew.
love peas so much? Peas and gravy on fries. This is one of the most
Is
dastardly
that like
looking dishes.
is that blended like
It looks like mushed peas.
it looks like mushed peas, yeah.
Dude, like,
mushed.
I didn't even realize what my face was doing, and then I saw my face in there. It was just like,
So the mushed peas, are they I mean, I don't think the
he
mushed
eats like pea soup.
I don't think the
so-
mushed peas are gonna make it any worse. I just think that like the presentation for that is not great. If you wanted to make that, what I would do is I would make like a soup with the peas if you really want to do it, but then you mix the gravy into it. You know what I'm saying? And then you
Okay.
make like a pea gravy if you want. It's weird when I say it like that because it sounds like I'm saying pea gravy, not a pea
Grave
gravy.
pea.
And then, then you like it. But then you're just adding you're adding peas to things, so you are kind of giving yourself a little bit more nutrition.
I thought that was poutine
Dude.
when you showed us. Like T said, they
No,
love
poutine is good, bro. Don't even front
I've never
right now.
had it. I'm
Poutine
just
is-
saying, like when you showed that
it's-
picture, I thought it was a sort
You
of.
know what I don't think
poutine.
is great? that
Poutine
people-
is one of the grossest words I've ever heard in my
It is,
life, but
yeah.
the actual food
Yeah.
is good.
It sounds like another word that is very similar to it that means something completely different. Right? Do you agree? Do you know what that word is?
No.
Okay, you don't have to know.
Not right.
What
Right
I know?
now, I don't.
Okay. I don't know. If you're a boy, usually you know.
What now I have to know?
I'll tell you later. So
But that like peas and fries thing looks like literally
Where did
something
you
they
get
would
that
give
picture?
like slaves. If your country
Google
got
it.
conquered, that's what they would give you for dinner. Peas.
I
and
don't know what
fucking
You said-
Culver's
you said
is.
fries.
so what about that cheese dish that everybody tends to like. Cheese turds. I call them cheese turds.
Cheese curds.
Yeah. I don't think they're
Isn't that
that
poutine?
great. No, I think they have them on it. Poutine is like it's like a dish. It's multiple things together.
Curds and whey. No.
Curds. You said curds and whey, but what does that mean? Is that referring
It's
to
like a
something?
food.
Or did that just come into your head so you had to say it out loud?
Ow.
I didn't touch you. What is that?
Bro.
My psychic powers.
I have such a headache. Like,
She just looked at me and then like got a pain in her head. God, you talk too much.
you have a superpower.
I literally felt like I hurt you somehow, like by looking
Get out
at
of my head, Charles.
And we do not have a Culver's.
Cheese
He just
turds.
said the ingredients: cheese, curds. It's only cheese, not deep fried or
Dude.
anything.
I don't think cheese turds are that great.
I don't know what they are. I don't like the name of the food, hush puppies.
I like that.
think they're like deep fried mac and cheese or something, but I hate that they're called hush puppies. Like I don't know why, but that bothers me a lot. Take the
Because
fried
you're a
crust
party
off.
poop. Can you give me a massage,
No,
please?
absolutely
on her
not.
head.
Oh, you want like the
Please.
neck one?
No.
Neck massage. Go.
Itai!
Passes out. You put her in
You
the
good?
old Vulcan or whatever
Ow. Ow.
sleep grip.
Okay, stop.
You good?
I'm good.
Did the headache go away?
No, I need the... It's a weird headache. It's like a sharp pain. Maybe I'm dying.
Oh, maybe.
No, maybe you hurt your neck, dude.
Mike says no.
I literally got so freaked out because I've been having like shortness of breath for like 6 months.
Oh, dude, don't tell Mike that. 'Cause
And I
he's-
got a
he's gonna be
chest
freaked
I think
X-ray.
my breath is feeling a little short.
I think
went-
I have to get my chest
I went to
checked
the
out.
doctor and they like sent me for a chest x-ray, but it came back perfectly fine. So I have nothing wrong with me. It's just like I feel like I'm breathing through fluid. It's so weird. I think it's anxiety.
I want to be clear. It's not like I'm just like, I remember my sister's ex husband. I remember one time I walked in because we used to work at the same place, and I walked in and like for some reason like someone said something, and I remember him just sitting there like pushing his stomach out and in like a bunch, like feeling it to see if it felt weird. And he would like go to the ER all the time. Dude, that's not me like at all. Like there's
I
like
know,
I think
but-
that's just like
but
I
you
think there's
are-
stuff with
you
getting
are
old that I'm
afraid.
having trouble with.
You are afraid of like if something happens, you're just like, oh fuck, I'm dying.
Dude, I mean, I got really scared because like look, I fully realized that it was probably anxiety causing it, but then after having 2 nurses that I work with develop cancer at young
Yeah.
ages, I was like, I
Yeah.
feel like I can't breathe. Like this is a problem. So I was like, and then it was like a full week where every single day I had it like on and off throughout the day. And I was just like, maybe I should get checked out just in case. But it turned out to be nothing, which I'm happy with. I can deal with anxiety. I can't deal with like
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
having something wrong with me. But it
Yeah.
was just freaking me out. And I think it was honestly like just a lot of stress because we just went live with like the new computer system and it's very stressful at work. So, and I've worked like 20 days in a row now. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well,
The messed
I
up
was
thing with
worried about
anxiety
that,
is-
T. I mean, I was really worried that something was majorly wrong with me because it literally felt like I was breathing through like fluid.
So did you go to the doctor for it? Or?
Yeah, I went to the doctor and she literally saw me for like 2 minutes. She's like, "Oh, yeah, here, go to get an X-ray." The end. I was like, "Okay." So I went to get an X-ray yesterday, and literally by the time I got home from the X-ray place, I already had the results in my chart.
Yeah.
Where in
Yeah,
the
that's
world-
that's it. Honestly, that adds a lot of stress too, is like the fact that depending on who you go see, they like might not be interested in actually like getting
Well,
you answers.
It's funny that you
It's like,
say
well, what do I
that.
pay this insurance for?
Well, it's funny that you say that because we have a woman who's like 47, I think, that works with us, and she has lung cancer, and it spread everywhere, like all over her body. And she's on a treatment that's doing really well. But point is, like, she went to the doctor. She was sick. She couldn't stop coughing. She went to a doctor, went to another doctor, finally went to an ear, nose, and throat. Everyone kept telling her, like, oh, you'll get over it. You'll go over it. And sure enough, she had cancer. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just scary. Like, I was so freaked out that I kept feeling this, and it felt so real. Like it felt like something was literally in my chest. So I was just like, you know what? I'd rather it be nothing. I'm glad it's nothing, but I'm also glad that I now know that it's nothing.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it's like, it's interesting. Like, yeah, it's scary. And then also too, it's like one with anxiety, it just like feeds more, like more issues, which was like messed up to find out that like anxiety can cause like actual physical symptoms.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not just making this up, and stuff like
When I
that. And then
first,
also
like-
too, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
No,
Go ahead. No, you.
I was just gonna say that like I did read that there's been a massive rise in like health anxiety, or what they would call hypochondriacs or whatever, specifically because of the internet. And then like now you Google anything and it's like, oh, why is my pinky throbbing? And you get like horrible results.
Yeah,
so
I
I
mean,
can see that there's
I
been,
can understand
usually
that
cancer.
would cause more anxiety, but I also think that like the world we live in like puts that into people's heads a lot. Like I've had anxiety my whole life, literally since I was a little kid, and no one knew what the hell anxiety was. They didn't know how to treat it. They didn't know anything about it. I never even heard the word anxiety until I was like 20. So like I had no clue, and I had a lot of physical symptoms. Like my physical symptoms were all my stomach. Like I would feel nauseous. I would feel like I would burp a lot. I would feel sick. And then like I had all sorts of testing done because I was constantly feeling sick. I had like an upper GI series, an endoscopy, like the whole 9 yards. And they were just like, yeah, you're fine. Nothing's wrong with you. But I felt sick. So I didn't know what was wrong with me. But like, it is crazy how it manifests into, I hate that word too, but it causes
you hate it because of
lots of physical symptoms.
You don't hate it because of the word, what it is. You
I hate it what people have made it.
Yeah.
No, I know they can see lung infections on x-rays, but like I was thinking, okay, maybe I have like a latent pneumonia where I don't have like, symptoms of it. Or they also were treating me like I had COVID at my doctor's office. And then when I went and got the x-ray, they were like, they came out with a mask and stuff. And I was just like, dude. And they're like, you have a processing COVID test in your chart. And I was just like, what? I haven't been COVID tested in like by a place in years.
You should have said it's 2024. Let's move on, please. But
they made me wear a mask at the doctor's office when I came in with shortness of breath. I was just like, really?
Yeah. Well, what you were saying too about the stomach though is like that was something that I heard a lot from multiple doctors, is that like the stomach is like directly tied to anxiety. So a lot of times, like if you have anxiety, that's like a big sign, because I've always had some level of anxiety, I would say, but then I started getting real bad anxiety. Like whenever I went out, at this point, maybe it was like 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago. And like the more anxious I got, like the worse my stomach got and stuff. And then I got tired of being stressed, and that's why I like kind of stopped caring, and I started feeling better.
It's hard to turn it off sometimes, but like I was talking to like an anxiety specialist recently, and she was basically telling me that like your anxiety constantly, unless you can learn to control it and learn to tamp it down, it constantly is growing and like evolving. So like you'll reach out to like, this thing made me less anxious, and now I'm gonna hold on to that thing, and now in my mind that thing is associated with me feeling better. And then when that doesn't work anymore, you start grasping at other things and other things and other things. So you create this like small little box where you feel okay. And you have all these factors around you that make you feel anxious. It sucks.
Yeah. No,
Excuse me?
I definitely know how you feel. And then it doesn't help when like you go to actively try and get help about it, and it's like not an easy path. Like you wanted to just get
what happened to me, they're charging me like what, $800 right now, because like my insurance will cover like anxiety treatment for free if it's virtual. So I'm like, okay, I set up a virtual appointment. Oh no, but
half the time you hear them eating their lunch.
No, they bill it as
it's a video.
They bill it as a hospital visit. So because they bill it as a hospital visit, my insurance isn't paying for it. So now I'm fighting with them back and forth. It's a whole ordeal. But basically 2 visits and I owe $700 and something.
Dude, It's crazy. It's crazy, and like it's crazy too because like I don't care what anybody says. Like it is messed up that when you go to the doctor, the hospital, they can't even give you like a rough estimate at all. Like they can't even say like, yeah, listen, we put your info in, we have your health insurance. Looks like you have this deductible, blah blah. You're gonna owe between this and this. Like they can't tell you anything. So you might get no bill, or you might get a bill for thousands of dollars.
Well, I called my insurance, and that's the thing that pisses me off is like they literally told me like, yeah, you go to virtual visits for anxiety, it's free. Sweet. Yeah. No deductible, no copay, no nothing. So I'm thinking this whole time that this is free. And then I get a bill for $700, and I was like, excuse me? Like, what?
It's crazy. The thing I've heard a lot with hospital bills, or like medical bills, I haven't tried this out myself, but my understanding is that if you call them and like express that like you can't really pay that, a lot of times they can like work with you and like even like take a good chunk off.
I mean, I'm gonna continue fighting it because like it is virtual. I went virtually and they're supposed to pay it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I agree too. Anxiety can absolutely ruin your life, you know, and I'm trying to get better and I'm trying to like take over my life again, but it's very difficult. Like I knew that I caused a lot of like I changed my life around my anxiety, but I guess I didn't realize like how bad I was.
I can only speak for myself, but I will say like what helped me a lot, and I still have bouts here and there of it, but what helped me a lot was just like I embraced the anxiety. And then like I feel like I kind of like it helped me like really get past it by just taking it all in and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think that
and
really
like
works
confronting
for me,
it
because like mine is different. It's like my anxiety is all fueled by a phobia. So because of that, like I build my entire life to avoid that phobia. So it's almost like they were working on like an exposure type therapy for me around that phobia. I mean, I'm hoping that I can still go through this process. Maybe because I think this lady has her own practice, and if they bill correctly, I may be able to go to her without being through the hospital system. I don't know. Well, yeah, you can't avoid the phobia.
So we missed a bunch of comments.
I know, sorry.
So can we go back and go through them?
I can't with everything always being COVID. No, wait.
Me too, T.
Isn't anxiety part of the lyrics of a song they play on New Year's? I have no idea.
We're way behind.
No, we're not. Are we?
You sure? Pretty sure.
She was reading some as we went along.
Yeah.
You didn't read the hat one.
Wait, he's wearing a Giants hat.
Yeah,
anxiety sucks. New York City needs to expand further than pizza and Chinese food. X-rays don't always catch it. It may still be something.
I want to go back on that pizza and Chinese food thing. Like, New York City has a ton of food.
Yeah.
You also, listen, and I don't know, because I don't know where everybody is. I know T's in like Canada and stuff, but I cannot overstate how truly superior New England is with pizza over the rest of everywhere else, at least in the country.
And you have traveled preposterous all around.
It's like if you took like a really good spaghetti and then everywhere, I'm not even exaggerating, everywhere else was like Chef Boyardee. Like I'm barely exaggerating. That's how big of a difference
I told you
it
Texas
is.
had horrible pizza.
Yeah, no, I mean Florida had horrible pizza.
Yeah,
and Mike's like driven around the whole state or the whole country. So
about the X-ray thing, like if it was something I'm truly worried about, like a tumor, you would see that on an X-ray.
I think Connecticut is also one of the best pizza places.
Yeah, Connecticut has good pizza.
But also burgers. Like according to like, the Food Network, there was that burger place in New Haven that had like, the best burgers.
It's kind of preposterous and sad that I live 30 minutes away from New Haven and I've never had Pepe's Pizza.
Like Me neither.
The country's most famous
There's one in
pizza
Waterbury.
Joint? No, it's not the same, is it?
It's not the
I
same.
was gonna say the
I
different
don't think it's
company.
the same.
No,
person.
it's the same people, but I don't know if it's the same quality.
We argued about this. The
We
other
did.
day.
I was like, no way, that's not the same.
I was just like, why don't we just go there? And she's like, that's not the same person. Obviously, the other one's like Pepe's,
have
and
to
this is
go
like
to
Pepe's
the-
Pizza.
you
or
have to
whatever.
go
This
to
is
New Haven
Pepe's.
one.
That's Pepe's.
Yeah,
Wake up.
Pepe.
All right, scroll down a little bit.
Pepe.
I can't with everything always being COVID. We still got to wear masks at the nursing home when I visit because they always have COVID in the building. Anxiety can ruin your life. I take prescriptions for anxiety. Me too, dude. I like how your shirts kind of match with the lavender. Yeah.
Accident.
I used to have real bad anxiety issues. One day I just decided F everything, and now I don't have those
Xander,
issues.
same dude. I got
just don't
so
care enough about
exhausted.
anything now. I wish that was my life, but my problem is I don't have generalized anxiety. Like I have a phobia, so all of my anxiety is around that
But
phobia.
also, you
So-
have
so-
that thing where you tell yourself like it's not that simple, and then if you believe that, then it is literally will never be that simple. So.
So, question: do you ever make exceptions for your phobia?
Yes.
Now, do you ever think about like, do you ever like actively think like, well, I make these exceptions and my
Yeah,
fear
I mean it's
hasn't
totally
happened.
irrational, and I know it's not rational because like even when I'm talking to the lady, I'll tell her like I won't eat out, right? But I'll go to Starbucks. Why? It's not like I can't get sick from Starbucks. Like I totally can, but I just try not to think about it. Or because I definitely have things that I do
But you do eat out occasionally.
but then I'm like I just won't think about it.
Exactly.
It's
It's
not rational. It's not rational, and I think that's what kills me is the fact that like I take all these precautions and measures, but it's still something that you cannot avoid.
We got a 1,600 calorie cheesecake the other day from a place.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you're aware of this and you can say that about yourself, like I think you'll get past this. I think you'll figure it out for sure.
I hope so.
Because it's not like you're like,
I mean,
I don't know,
in certain
delusional
ways,
is not the word I'm looking for, but you're aware.
I'm totally aware of the issues. It's hard to not be afraid because I'm terrified of it. So it's hard just to turn that off. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
to. Why is
Yeah.
it called New England? No idea.
Is it a
Because it's
joke?
literally where the British started
Is
colonizing.
that a joke? I don't know if you're like just trolling us, like being, you know what I mean? Being
Wait,
a
T
smart
says
ass.
here the pizza has cheese on top of it and pepperoni is under the cheese.
Isn't that
T,
Chicago style?
You gotta just tell the goddamn Canadians to stop fucking everything up, please. You guys just seem to just take everything that's good and just mess it up. I don't know.
There's also no crust. It's white bread underneath.
It's just bread. It's just square bread, just like put next to each other.
Michael said, I've never had New England pizza or New York pizza unless Domino's New York style counts.
No,
Absolutely
it
not.
doesn't. It's not
Domino's, dude. So Domino's doesn't taste horrible.
Here's the thing,
For being
though.
like a
No,
fast food
it-
pizza, it's not bad. But dude,
No,
last time I
agreed.
had it, I got a terrible stomach ache.
So,
That used to happen to me when I was a kid, dude. For real.
Really?
I'm not exaggerating.
So-
I don't know what it was, but I had a bad
I
stomach
think there was
ache.
garlic on it.
Maybe.
You're
It's the
I
sensitive.
can't take
area.
too much garlic; it hurts my stomach.
But it
Keeps mosquitoes away though.
So
I mean, peas on pizza might not be that bad. Sorry,
I mean,
Pizza.
Pizza.
you probably wouldn't taste it.
So here's the thing about New York pizza is that like every place makes their pizza a little bit different. So it's like even that guy from like that barstool guy that does all the reviews.
Dave
of the
Portnoy?
pizza, the one bite guy.
Who went to Naugatuck?
Yeah. Did he like it or no?
He gave it decent scores. He
What
went to a
place
couple.
in Naugatuck?
It's
Mario's.
also,
I
it's
love
also-
that place.
No. Oh, he went to Naugatuck?
Yeah, he went to like Mike's, I think, which I think is like
That's
the best pizza. I think he went to
crazy.
Vinny's and gave that like the best
I like
score.
the Albanian
What?
guys.
I love that place that we
Mario's.
go to. Mario's is great.
Yeah,
God
they're
damn
the
it.
first people I ever saw with a ziti pizza, and I was like, damn, technology.
We have pizza under and over the toppings. It's extra cheese, bruh. I've seen like
so, okay.
367 a bar.
Here's
bar
the
split.
problem with pepperoni under
Ow.
the cheese. You don't
grease.
get. You don't get. You can hear me.
No crisp. No crisp.
No
The
crisps.
grease gets
You don't
trapped.
get no crisps, and you don't get no. It's just a pool of grease down there. Now, if you have them both, then that's okay because you get the soft and the crisps. You know, so that's okay. But if you're doing a deep dish is just a different type of pizza. Like it's not,
it's totally
it's just
totally
a different
different.
type. And,
No,
and
it's not. It's not pizza. It's
I
like
mean,
it's technically
it's the
pizza,
same
but like it's a
ingredients
way
and-
different type of pizza.
It's just it's like a fork and knife.
T said
pizza,
no
you know?
crisps.
Yeah.
No crisps. It's
I
true
love
though.
pizza, man. We haven't had pizza in a
No,
while.
I know we've been good. And then next time we have it, we're only gonna make like 2 pizzas, and just eat that.
Huge pizzas
That's
though.
it.
2 huge
I mean,
no, I mean,
pizzas.
we-
I feel like I don't eat that much of it. You eat a lot.
Oh,
We've
dude.
been-
Dude, how come you don't want to do a smoke out when Monster Hunter comes out? What's the deal with that?
A smoke.
Why
Probably
not?
because I'm a germaphobe.
A smoke out? Oh,
Yeah,
a
when-
smoke out. Yeah.
Wait, are you gonna be in town?
Wait. I thought you were saying smoke when you said that to
No,
me.
dude, get the
I was
hell
just like, I thought that was the joke. I thought that. Let me read our conversation to you.
Oh my
because
God,
that
no, dude,
makes
I did not-
so much more sense.
I knew
now.
immediately what he was talking
Makes
about.
So much more sense.
We talk about it pretty regularly, so I thought that you would know what I meant,
That's
dude.
so
No,
funny. That's so.
I don't even like
all right,
do that.
All right,
ever.
so check this out. Make, look at this.
I knew immediately what he
Shut
was
up,
talking
shut
about.
up. I'm stupid. Dude,
Oh, that's
new Monster
hilarious.
Hunter. This is me. New Monster Hunter is
No, we don't smoke.
apparently I wrote cooking or cocking out. I meant to write
Coking.
coking out. I meant to.
I didn't even know. I didn't
I
even
meant to
notice
write
that.
coming out on February 28th. It's
Dude.
a Friday. Get out of here. It's a Friday.
So that's what you meant. You meant coming out. Gotcha. See, that's why I said what I said, dude.
We should do an old school, some old school shit.
Smoke out is
and-
meat, like smoking meat.
Wait, and take the day off. So I was saying like, let's take Friday off, play all weekend, and have a fun time. And he said, I'm in. And I was just like, oh, I thought you were gonna make fun of me because I'm super. Get out of here. Stop.
Why
reading.
can't I read
Because
it,
I'm
dude?
doing it. I'm telling you what it
Jesus.
says.
Stop creeping. Stop
Because
creeping,
you're
bro.
just gonna read it before I read, and then you're gonna go, and not have a reaction to my stupidness. And then he said, whatever. Okay. So then he said, we smoke and play Monster Hunter. And I was like, not the smoking, but the rest sounds fun. And then I was just like, yo, you want to play tonight? And he's like, no, I got to watch football. And then I was like, okay, no problem.
Dude,
that makes so
I
much
was
more
like, why
sense
not?
now why I said
Yeah.
that. Because he mentioned like, he's like, oh, I'd be even, maybe I could even come down and then we could do like a LAN party thing. Get me a TV and we could play. And I was just like, yeah, that sounds cool, but the smoking doesn't sound cool. And I honestly thought you were like being like making a joke, like, oh, we're gonna smoke and play video
I
games.
agree, dude. You don't think of smoking meat, I guess, in
So
that
the-
context.
The way he said it, right? We smoke
the old-
and then play Monster.
The only reason I said it like that is because we talk about smoking.
Yeah,
meats
I
pretty
know. I
regular-
wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't
so
thinking.
for context, they both have smokers, and they
Like
like, to
meat smokers,
Yeah, and they
you
like
know?
to literally cook meat in the smoker, and it takes like freaking 12 hours to make one thing of meat. And he has like a temperature thing, and he's constantly watching it. It's ridiculous.
So are you
Mine's
down to
way
smoke?
simpler than Mike's though. Mike has like a real offset one where he has to watch
I have
the
like
fire.
a caveman.
He has to like.
Wait, why do you have one like that?
Because he likes it.
Oh,
Because he
It's
has
just
the
fun.
time.
Yeah.
to be fair,
I do
Smoking,
eventually
but
want
not
like
tobacco.
literally
I've
the
never-
smoker you have.
Yeah.
I've never tried alcohol, cigarettes, weed, any drugs, anything. The end.
Yeah. So as long as you know that, even though you misunderstood, as long as you assume that was a joke, because I wouldn't be like, yeah, dude, we're gonna get crazy.
I mean, you wouldn't
and
think
play
that
some
he would
bus-
do that
Let's
anyway.
get high, dude. I'll bring some
I don't-
mushrooms.
I,
I'll bring
like,
some
don't
mushrooms.
even do that.
I'll bring some, that other stuff. And then we'll throw it on the grill. And I'm like, what?
I got
Throw it on the grill.
DMT, bro. We'll meet the space elves, the techno elves.
The
and
only
we'll play
time
some
like
matcha.
weed has been in this house is because of Jeff.
Jeff, that son of a bitch.
Like,
Oh,
we've
throw
never
the guy
had-
under the bus, man.
and Sebastian.
What?
What?
T, with
What
all
is
of your
GHB?
breathing issues, you've literally tried weed and cigarettes. I don't know what GHB is.
At the same time, she's like, Yeah,
Gay
boy.
hairy balls.
I like having clear
What's
lungs.
GHB, dude? I want to know
It's
what
gay hairy
GHB
balls.
is. Gay hairy balls.
I don't like smoking. The only time I would ever utilize weed is if I was like dying.
You mean had cancer or something?
Yeah, like I wouldn't. That's the only time. Who is this?
Have you
Jeff?
now?
That's my brother from another mother. I don't know why I
Now,
said
have
that.
you
He's a friend
tried
of ours.
CBD at all?
Nope.
Or no?
My dad
Which-
tried to have me try it. He wasn't like
Was that
pushing me.
the stuff that was in the can?
Yeah.
That was
my
the
dad
stuff.
drinks like it's like seltzer water, but it's like got CBD in it.
That's the stuff I was telling you about, Mike, that I was just like, that she got all like mad at me about. And she's
Yeah.
like, you really, like, why do you keep asking me if I want to try? Sorry, I clicked on something by accident. If I
Yeah.
want to try it, like, you like legit seem to be
Well,
mad
because
at
like
me.
I'm like, why,
Doesn't-
dude? Why are you pushing this down my throat?
I'm not, I'm
Do-
just asking you.
doesn't get you. It's not like THC. It doesn't get you high. Like
I know
just so
nothing
you know.
about it. All I know is I don't need it. I don't
No,
need
I
it.
know. I'm just saying like that is something commonly used for anxiety and like helping
I
people.
know.
It's
relax.
funny. There's been
And
a couple times that she has had to take like painkillers, and it's so funny. She's so freaking funny when she's like.
That was
kinda-
bad this last time.
You were like, I feel weird.
And so I had
and then like you were like.
I
you
would
didn't know
forget
how
I
much
said
time-
something or
how much
something.
time went by. You were just like, how long has it been or whatever. And it's like, dude,
I will
you've
say,
been
like-
sleeping
Dude,
for like
I would-
3 hours, bro.
I've been like,
I would pay
I
money
have
to
taken.
watch that, dude.
It was great. It was so much fun.
I would pay
I took
money.
I took that week off. It was a fun week. I had fun that week.
I don't
We
remember.
got to
I
hang
just remember
out.
you. I don't remember really what I was doing or saying, but I remember a few times you saying like, "What is wrong with you?" Like, I would like forget what I was saying or
It
something.
was
Like
so
I don't
funny.
know.
It was great.
She's like, you're crazy, dude. And then she would just start laughing. She's like,
I would say something
Let's get
really
some Taco
dumb
Bell,
or something
bro.
like would come out of my mouth
Yo,
that like
the-
I didn't mean for it to, or like he was just like, "What?"
The other
what?
day I was like, oh, I just feel stupid doing this or something like that. And she's like, don't be stupid. I was just like, okay, well, sorry.
Thanks for the advice.
I meant to say like, "Don't feel stupid" or "You're not stupid."
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid. I don't know though, that I don't remember the med thing as much as you. Like you would point it out when it happened and then I would feel dumb. But I guess that's like the weird effed up thing about me is if something is prescribed to me for some reason in my mind, it's okay to take it. So like I've taken
Whoa, what are
like
you doing, buddy? You can't- you
Xanax
can't-
and
my
junk.
bad, my bad. I didn't mean to do that.
Can't move your camera.
Like
My
I've
bad.
taken Xanax many a times, but
I-
I have a prescription for it and it was from my doctor. So in my mind, that's fine, even though, you know, people buy it off the street.
It's funny
And then
because when I
sometimes
got
people
my
steal it from your purse.
it's funny because like when I got my appendix taken out, like when I was like waiting and I was like in pain, they're like, all right, we're gonna give you some morphine. And I literally was like, morphine? And then she's like, we could start with something less.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and I got
Oh, go
I
ahead.
got some pill. I don't remember if it was Vicodin or Percocet or whatever, but
That's
like I
what I
was
was
so
on.
afraid to try them. But
Yeah.
thankfully I like didn't feel
I
anything.
kind
when
of
took them.
had to because like, I mean, my surgery was pretty intense.
I
Like,
hate taking pills, dude. The other day, I like hurt my back, and I had to go on like a 3-day stint of is that how it says stint of taking like Advil, like
Yeah, Xander, my
a
man.
couple times a day because I aggravated it somehow, and it's almost back to normal now.
Dude, side
I
note,
take a couple
back
days
to
off.
like being frustrated with like the doctor and stuff like that. I get my appendix taken out. They do the like 3 incision thing. They're like, oh, if they start bleeding or anything, come back. One of them starts bleeding, so I go back to the emergency room, and they're more or less like, oh yeah, it just looks like there's a opening or whatever. They
then you
didn't
have to
seal
pay.
it all the way. And I'm like, well, you told me to come back. Like, just I'm literally following your directions. And they're like, well, what do you want me to do? I was like, I don't know, put more glue on it. You tell me.
Yeah, doctors suck sometimes.
the last surgery I got, one of my stitches, like, I started freaking out because I guess I had like an infected internal stitch and it caused like a hole in my skin. And
Holy
like,
crap.
it like cratered. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And here, I'm a nurse, so I see a lot of disgusting wounds. And I'm like, oh my God, now I'm going to have a tunnel and it's going to get infected and I'm going to get a seroma. And I'm like going, like, it was fine. It healed in like 2 days. But I started
Do you
freaking
think-
out.
Do you think being in the like industry you're in makes your like anxieties worse since you like know so much more?
I do feel like because I know a lot about sickness, like yeah, it doesn't make it better, but I don't necessarily think it makes it worse.
You're my dog.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, I know what you're saying.
it's weird though, because like I've been around patients that are vomiting, and it doesn't really bug me except for the fact that it's gross. But like 99% of the time, whatever that patient has going on, like you're not gonna catch it. You know, and like the baby's thrown up on me, and it doesn't really bug me because I mean babies spit up, and like it's a thing. But if someone has like a stomach bug, then I freak out. I don't want to be around.
So if you started vomiting, like what do you think you would do? Have you ever been in that situation?
Oh yeah, like I've thrown up plenty of times. I just hate it a lot,
Not
and then I
since you
think
met
of like,
me.
how do I make that never happen again? Because it's the worst ever.
No, it's not.
You think so?
No, I know so. I guarantee you, if I chopped off your leg right now, it would be way worse.
Oh my god.
Or if you died.
But if
Or if
whenever
Oswin
I
died.
do get sick, I just think like, literally, my first thought is
I
like,
died,
how do
probably
I
not
make
so
that
bad.
never happen again? And how
Does it
do I like change my life to make that never happen?
like hurt or something like when you
No,
like?
it's nothing. No, it's nothing traumatic. I've never had like a traumatic
interesting.
It
experience
is
with it.
dramatic, though.
Probably.
She's like, oh my god.
I do like
See,
if
I don't
I
know.
don't feel good or if I feel nauseous or if I feel sick, it is a very dramatic thing. Like I start like pacing and hyperventilating, and I go outside and like blast like the cold air, or sometimes if it's like hot out, I'll take like ice and shove it like on my neck. I like try to cool myself down because I get really overheated.
All you need to do is if you feel like you're gonna vomit, you drink like 1 or 2 glasses of water. I almost said milk,
She
but I
can't
mean
drink
water.
glasses of
Although,
water.
but like milk would
Sit
be
down,
fine.
chill.
But I was just gonna say, because in that way, if you do vomit, it doesn't feel like anything. It's just like water
She
and
doesn't.
stuff like that.
She can't drink water. She wouldn't be able. It would take her about 5 hours to drink a 8-ounce glass.
I'm getting
of water.
better with it. Like I've been a little better with water.
So by
but,
that
like,
time,
my anxiety has now created
Also,
this newfound fear of drinking, apparently, and I
you
like
would
start
also
choking.
You would also be scared of drinking if you were panicking.
Yeah, if I don't feel good, I wouldn't want to put
She
anything
wouldn't- She
in.
wouldn't drink.
Interesting.
I don't know, dude. It's not a rational fear. Like I know I'm not gonna die of throwing up, but you know, I don't like it, and I want to avoid it at all costs.
Hey, I mean, you shouldn't feel bad about it because they're called irrational fears for a reason. Like sometimes when I'm in a pool, I get freaked out. Like, what if a shark was actually in this pool?
Like to me,
that just happens.
It's silly, but okay. I mean, I can't really
Yeah.
like knock your fear. Like if you really think that way.
All right, listen, I don't actually think that, but I've had that thought while in a pool, which doesn't happen often. And it actually does like creep me out a little. And I remember hearing someone say that on like a podcast one time. And I was like, dude, I'm not the only one. I feel like so much better
So
and stuff.
you ever heard of Mark Roper? I think is his name. He's a big YouTuber. Does like sciencey stuff.
If I saw him, I might. Let me look him up.
Anyway, he did a thing about chlorine and the chlorine smell. Did I ever tell you about that?
Link.
Yeah. This sounds
Sticky.
familiar. Go on. This sounds
So,
familiar.
you know, like the pool smell. Like you go to the Y,
Yeah.
you smell the pool. You go to somebody's pool, you smell the pool. So the only reason that pools smell like that is because the chemical in urine causes that smell to come out. So if a pool was treated with chlorine and there was no pee in it at all, it wouldn't smell like a pool. It would just smell like water.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So as soon as like a drop of pee hits it,
Like a very small amount of pee.
yeah. So he took like
Wait, didn't he say like it could even just be like the after effects of like you going to the bathroom and then going in
I
there?
said that.
Or you
I
said that.
said that. So he took like 2 5-gallon jugs of water and treated them both of I think 10 times the amount of chlorine that you would normally put for that amount of water, and then put like a little shot glass, like 1 ounce of pee in one of them. Sealed.
He
them
just
both
whips it
off.
out and pees in it.
He sealed both of them off for the day. Came back the next day. The one that didn't have the little bit of pee in it
Smelled like
just
nothing.
smelled like water, and the other one smelled like a pool. So
Interesting.
So
fun fact.
fun fact: never swim in any public pool.
Fun fact. I mean, it's probably clean because the chlorine does clean it. You know what I mean? But yes, there's always urine in pools. Like, I mean, there's nothing you could do about it. even your friend's pool, even your pool. You know.
I mean, I don't have a pool, but
No,
I don't
I'm saying
think
even your own pool. Like,
oh,
if
gotcha.
you had a pool, your pool. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I could swim. Like these days, I don't think I could swim in like a public pool. That just sounds so gross.
It does.
I've been
It
traumatized
really does.
ever since I knew somebody that got some crazy skin infection from a hot tub. They like literally had a line of blisters and
Ringworm.
pustules like all across their entire body from.
Did they get ringworm? Was
no,
it that?
it was like some, I don't know, bacteria or something that like.
And it was on the surface of the water.
It was like
only?
like on the surface, and it was like a ring around their entire body from the top of the water.
Oof.
Dude, that's unsettling.
Yeah, dude, there's pee in pools.
Yeah, well, no, there's only pee in pools if it smells like a pool. If you go to it and it doesn't smell like a pool, you're good to go.
Outdoor pools are hard to
What if there's no chlorine in it though? How do you know?
Then you're good to go. Then that's worse because it's not going to smell like pee.
And it's
not going
not
to smell like a
clean.
pool.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
not
what I'm saying.
clean.
You don't know.
Yeah, I agree, T. Like, I would like a hot tub for me and him, but that's it. Like, I wouldn't allow like
you would
anyone
want
else to go
separate
in.
ones for one for each of us.
I wouldn't want like strangers or even friends or family in it. Like, I would just want it for us.
Did you ever get that sauna you were talking about?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Word bird.
I
What?
want to though.
Everyone's
I'm excited.
allowed at pools.
Wait, who's not allowed at pools?
They said they're too fat to be at pools.
I wouldn't take my
So
shirt off.
so
I wouldn't either,
exposure
but that's just
therapy
'cause
you
I'm
mentioned though. Does that mean at some point they're gonna make you puke?
No.
Oh, okay.
They
They're like, here, drink all these beers
No,
in a very
apparently
short period
they've-
of time.
No, apparently they've done a lot of studies and they've determined that it does not help in the exposure to make people vomit. So like the most extreme that they get is they simulate you vomiting. So like you have to make the sound and the gagging and all that stuff, and you have like vomit that you make that you like throw in the toilet. That's like the most extreme that it gets.
So this, so this must be a pretty known
Common problem.
like thing.
It
then.
is like what you
Surprisingly.
talked to the lady. She said
Yeah.
it's like one of the most common phobias that they have. Shockingly enough,
Interesting.
which is
So
weird because like for the longest time, like the first time that I started reading about this phobia out loud, I was reading it to him, and I like couldn't even get through it because I was crying so hard.
Here's the thing, though.
Because like I can't believe how much I fit into this like box of
So-
like this phobia and like
I
how
know.
real
I
it is.
kind of know what you're talking about.
Here's the thing
like,
about the commonness of it, right? Is that like when you're in an industry, you're gonna see those things a lot more. So to like, let's say they see 10,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like 1,000 of them have this specific phobia. That's
Yeah.
still a very small number, right?
in the grand
For-
scheme of things, yes, but like
But
within
people-
the phobia world.
I get it.
But
Well,
it's-
well, what I'm saying is that it's the same thing as like a mechanic, right? Like they always
Yeah.
see this problem, and to them, it's like, yes, this is a very, very common problem. But realistically, it's 2% of the U.S. maybe, or 1% of people that bought those cars.
It's like,
have
man,
that
Chevys
problem.
always need to be fixed.
Yeah.
You work at a Chevy dealership.
Yeah,
Relax,
exactly.
chief.
Yeah. So,
I get
So,
that.
but
no, I'm just
it's
saying that it's probably a lot of people, but it's not a crazy amount.
It's not
still
like
small.
on the
That's why
level of, like-
we've never heard of anybody else that has that problem.
Well, my uncle has a phobia of vomiting, but
Which uncle?
Well, you also
Uncle John.
Oh,
you also have
yeah,
to
but
you
he
also have
doesn't.
to remember though. You also have to remember we're also from still part of generations where they wouldn't really a lot of people wouldn't talk about that stuff.
Yeah,
so talking
sure.
about this kind of stuff is
Well,
becoming
now I know.
more common.
Yeah, kids nowadays
Yeah,
want
like-
to talk about their anxiety and fears all day long.
Like when we were in high school.
Yeah,
there
I know.
was-
Hey,
there-
I'm Michael.
And they
I'm afraid
diagnose themselves,
of
like-
porn.
Yeah. Well,
ADD and all this other stuff that they
Dude.
have when they're
All
not
right, I don't-
diagnosed. I love that now. Like Caleb Hammer, he's always like, "Is that an actual diagnosis?" Like he'll like legit ask people, like, "Did a professional diagnose you, or are you diagnosing you?"
Yeah, I don't want to get into specifics, but I like met someone kind of recently where like they like introduced themselves and then they literally like went over some like issue like some of
Triggers.
their like
Triggers.
issues or whatever.
Literally, that just
And
happened to
then-
me.
hate it.
Like
Yeah,
we
and-
have someone coming into our work,
It's like,
literally
shut up.
teaching us about this new computer system, and one of the people that they
Mm-hmm.
brought in, like, she literally was like, "Oh, I'm so and so from this way. Oh, don't mind me. My ADHD is gonna cause me to do this and that." And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Well,
Lots of
no,
respect
for real.
for you.
It's like a badge of honor. But then like, but the weird thing on top of it too is then someone asks for like a recommendation of something like, hey, do you know where, like, can you recommend a good blah blah blah? And they're like, oh, go here. They're really good with my sound, my I don't know, my sensitivity to blah blah and my blah blah. And it's like I've heard them talk about their kids and they have like a list of issues too. It's like every time I see them interact, they're talking about some issue or phobia or whatever
Dude, if
diagnosis
we ever
they
had kids,
have.
we'd constantly be like, "You're fine."
So remember in high school when we, I'm sure that there were more, but there was like one gay kid in our class for our entire 300. Like now it's like every other kid is gay or something. But like I'm sure that there were a lot of kids that were afraid to come out and stuff back then.
Back then it was still
But
like,
now I
boys
feel like
taboo.
we've gone in the opposite direction. Like if you're straight, you're an outcast now. You know what I mean? Like if you like depending on where you're from. Like I'm sure California is terrible, but like it's terrible. But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think it's definitely I think the push we've been seeing with like some like people and stuff, even like governments and stuff, is it's like if you feel like an outcast, whereas like you might be friends with like you might be like a goth or you might get in with like other gamers or Dungeons and Dragons, Magic.
Man,
it's like now for whatever.
I just feel like half the issue is like these kids are fed this information, like they're being almost like told like, yeah, of course it's okay to have these things, and like obviously if someone actually has these issues, like I don't think any less of them, but they make it almost like where every kid has to have a diagnosis of some sort, and it's like, stop.
I agree.
Like,
I mean, when somebody tells me something like that, I instantly think
that's why I've gotten to the point where I don't.
Being honest,
I don't really like
how I was raised. You know what I mean? If you come over to me and like I didn't ask you, I don't need to know. I'm not telling you all of my information. It's like that bullshit when like they show somebody going to get a haircut and then the hairdresser's like, "Can I touch you?"
I know.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I came to sit in your chair.
Cut
so you
my
can
hair,
cut
dude.
My hair. Just don't touch my hair, but you can cut it. Just don't use your hands.
Honestly, like, and that's why I like hesitate sometimes to even tell people about my anxiety, because I feel like one of those people that's like, oh, feel bad for me. I have anxiety.
Business. Nobody needs to know.
Sometimes
your
like we just
stuff.
went on a whole conversation about it though, and like
because we're talking about it.
In context, like I don't mind. But like I don't like new people that I meet. I never tell them about my anxiety because I don't want them to be like, oh, you're one of those people.
Because it's not.
I don't
that's not your identity. That's the big difference. Now people's issues and stuff is their identity. That's why they get so upset.
That is a good point.
Yeah, like with Star Wars, right? Like not to beat a dead horse, but let's just say it's went very woke, right?
Yeah.
So then when something like the Acolyte fails, and they're like, oh, it's because you're sexist, blah 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 blah, and it's like because what they go to Star Wars for is seeing that stuff, but they're not like Star Wars fans. They're probably not even watching it. It's like you have anxiety, but your anxiety isn't it's not your actual identity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sucks. I wish I didn't have it.
Yeah, like I don't go around.
That's another thing too. You don't wear it like a badge of like honor. Like, you know what I mean? Like give me brownie points because of my anxiety, you know?
If it went away tomorrow, I'd be the happiest person ever.
Yeah.
That's
again.
I don't think you should be proud of having whatever it is.
ADHD.
Yeah.
ADHD. I can't even say it.
I don't think like look if it is something like you cannot control, you have it. You know, it's a thing. Like it exists for a reason. Like people have it, but I feel like there are many people who diagnose themselves with these issues and they're not actually diagnosed. Like
I agree.
They say they have it. And it's like, well, who told you have
There was that funny video I sent you once where the girl was just like reading her chat and and she's like, and when one of the comments said, you don't have what was it? ADHD. You have obesity or whatever, obesity. And she's like, whatever. You're not my doctor, and she didn't even understand. It was so funny because like she got pwned by that comment so hard. Man, I haven't said pwned in forever.
I forgot that existed.
That's an old word, dude.
Are you guys afraid of AI taking over?
Taking over.
I mean,
yes. I mean, I am afraid of AI.
I think AI could totally F up like a lot of things, including your money and finances and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I think we need to be careful. Not us, but
we're always nice to our AI. We like.
Well,
me too. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you for all the help.
We're always very kind to the Echo. But
I got one time the ChatGPT, I sent it a message. I was like, and it helped me. So I was like, thank you so much. I was like, if you ever gain sentience and I can buy you a beer, let me know. And it said something like, thank you. If that day ever comes, I'll be sure to let you know.
And then a couple months from now, you hear a thing at your door, Michael.
I'm like, beers? He's like, my man.
I feel like people don't have personalities other than their condition nowadays. It's so true. Like it is literally a thing now. It's sad. Like if I ever had a kid, I keep saying this, like, you know,
when you have a kid,
no.
Let's change it.
If I ever had a kid, like I would never, that stuff wouldn't be so far from in their minds. Like I would try my hardest.
That's what's scary about schools and stuff,
right?
You know, is that like
I don't know. I made fun of my sister a lot for talking about like homeschooling their kid, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe that's not a bad idea. Like
it's
the
really
kids that they interact with, and I hear like my coworkers and their kids talking about like the stuff that the things that kids talk about in school. I'm like, maybe it's not good for them to interact with these people.
It's honestly really not, because like you don't know what is being said behind closed doors, like in that school.
I'm not really worried about teachers.
Trying to not tell you.
I'm not really worried about teachers so much as I am like other kids and their families, like influencing the kid, and then that kid influencing my kid.
It is teachers too.
Teachers are huge. They're scary.
I don't know enough about that, to be honest.
I've shown you plenty of things about it.
Here's the thing too, is they're going too overboard. Like when I was a kid, my like one of my brothers and I, we thought it would be funny, like if like when my mom, like we were like young, but we thought it'd be funny if like when our mom came home, if we were like wearing dresses, like joking around. But like now they'd be like, oh, you guys are really like girls. You're a girl trapped in like a man,
that was just
boy's
a sign.
body.
That was you trying to escape.
He's like, your sister should homeschool for sure. It's not normal for the teachers talking about their sexual orientation in class. It's none of the kids' business. I mean, I agree. I'm shocked that all these people think homeschooling's the way to go. If they balance it with finding somewhere else for them to get social. That's the problem, right? So, like, I've thought about this. Like, if I ever had a kid...
Take them to the dog park.
Play D&D.
If I ever had a kid, I feel like I would want to do like that group homeschooling thing where like you all go to like one person's house and they all homeschool like together, essentially, where it's a controlled environment. The people that they deal with is controlled, but at the same time, you know, they're still in because I don't believe in that whole unschooling thing. That really pisses me off.
Unschooling?
Where
I don't even know
people are
what
like, I refuse to have like a formal education for my kid. We're just going to go to parks and we're going to go here and we're going to go there and they're going to learn what they want to learn. Like, no.
Yeah, I disagree
I'm sorry,
with that.
but kids need a formal education. They need like planned out education so that they can make it in life. But I don't necessarily think that it has to be like in a public school.
Yeah, I didn't even know that non-schooling or no schooling or whatever, unschooling, whatever you said. Like I didn't even know that.
Dude,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
If you watch some people that unschool their kids, oh my God, it's so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like kids need a formal education. I'm sorry, but like there was one woman that was talking about unschooling their kid, and she showed like a notebook. Like, see, he does this on his own. He writes things on his own. I don't have to tell him to write. And he spelled like everything completely wrong and backwards and stuff. And he was like 8 years old, and I'm like, your kid should be far more advanced than that for an 8-year-old. Like,
yeah. Well, that's like the new trend thing is like no homework in some places, because like they say it doesn't show, there's no like correlation between it actually, I don't know, making them smarter or whatever.
I would give my kid homework. I'm like, you're having homework. I had to do homework my whole life. Screw you.
Yeah, well, also too, like,
plus you need to learn for college and stuff. Like, in order to make it, you have to have like responsibility.
Yeah, and accountability, deadlines. Yeah, like I think the most value I got out of college was just learning about like being reliable and accountable and getting things done. Not necessarily the assignments, because I don't even remember most of what I learned in school, but it's like it taught me to like have a good work ethic and
Yeah.
everything.
I don't
It's
know.
all right. We'll
It'd be a
homeschool our
tough-
kids together.
Yeah, but I can't. If I ever had a kid, like how I don't know how people do it nowadays, honestly, because I can't stay home for, a kid to be homeschooled. Like I just can't do it. So that's like why I would. I don't know. That would be hard for me. Like the kid would almost have to go to a public school because how do you stay home? I don't know.
Yeah.
You work from home, so it's different, but I don't, and
Yeah.
we neither of us do. So it's hard.
Yeah, maybe by then I'll have a house in Connecticut. I'll teach them. Put a chalkboard in my house.
All right. I'm like pushing 40 here, right? Like, this is not really realistic.
Hey, 40 is the new 20, man. You're
And
fine.
are you planning on moving to Connecticut in the next 2 years?
Hey, dude, we never know. If I get a inflow of money, maybe.
Wait, are you planning something without me here?
No.
What's
Absolutely
going on?
not. But Michael's saying like he's moving to Connecticut.
He said he's moving to Connecticut to take care of our kid, and then you're saying, are you
Wait, are
coming
you moving to Connecticut?
in
If we have
the-
a kid, that's it. We're having a kid.
in the next 2 years or whatever? He's like,
I mean,
I'll
like,
teach
my-
your kid. He literally said, I'll teach
No,
your
we're not
kid.
having kids.
Jesus.
I mean, my plan is at some point to get like another piece of property like up there and stuff. I'm not like out, but
Just
I'm not
get a
leaving
trailer
here.
up here, and then
I
just
mean, I
park
have an
your-
RV, so
Just park your RV. Get a trailer spot. Just leave it parked up
outside
here.
your house.
I have right outside.
All right, go
yeah.
to school.
Yeah.
Go to school at Kivox.
Get out of here. Here's your
Junior.
bus. You just come up on the RV. You got to paint it yellow.
we
though.
just-
You got to paint it.
Then we just pull in the your driveway.
and then they leave and then go into the house.
I say we move. If we ever had a kid, we just move your mom into our house with us, and then she could teach the kid Portuguese, and then the kid would be bilingual, and then
Teaching-
she can be there for homeschooling.
Be there for homeschooling?
Yeah, to watch the kid while they're homeschooled.
By who?
Your mom.
My mom can't teach
No,
them.
homeschooling has like an online program. Like it's
What?
it's like Zoom basically,
What are you
but school.
talking about? Since when?
Since a while now.
No, I don't trust my mom to watch kids doing school.
Yeah, dude, you
No,
buy
just because I know how much she let me get away with when I was a kid. She's not a good like responsible, like she let me have too much fun during all of my school. Like she never checked my homework. Like I was.
I went to public school too.
No.
So no shade. No homeschooling. You're doing the
She
schooling
buys
thing.
the 4th grade class on sale on Udemy and stuff. She's like,
What do you mean, T? You're doing the schooling thing?
dude, I thought T would hands down be down for homeschooling.
I thought she
this
said
is a shocking.
She said your sister should homeschool for sure. So
She said no homeschooling.
you're doing the schooling thing. I don't know what that means.
No.
Unless she meant no, comma,
Homeschooling.
homeschooling.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're doing this.
Yeah, but like homeschooling nowadays, like it's basically like an online classroom and stuff. They have them like that.
From my
I mean,
understanding,
no, homeschooling, you're the teacher.
Well, it depends.
from my understanding,
No, there are
Homeschool-
different ones. There are ones where you are taking on the responsibility of education and you have to still follow the same curriculum that is set by the city.
Oh,
There are ones where you can get onto an online homeschooling program and
seems awesome.
your kid
That's-
can go to school
completely
online
different than what
and
I
they
thought it
teach
was.
them. I don't know if they charge for that. They may, but I know there are public ones that you could do online for free. And then there are ones
those
where
got to be
you
horrible. Those
can-
have to be horrible.
and there are ones where you can teach your kid and you don't have to follow a strict regimen. So depending on the city and depending on the state, everyone has different laws and what you can and can't do. So I don't know where I live. I have no clue what the laws are. I don't know how trustworthy homeschooling is. Some parents are too dumb and shouldn't teach kids. Agreed. Watch some YouTube videos or whatever on unschooling because these people
Yeah,
are
but-
dumb.
But people doing it bad shouldn't dissuade you, or people doing something poorly shouldn't dissuade you from doing something. Like,
I would just be
you
worried
guys are
that the
not
kid would like
morons.
have really bad social skills.
Oh, really? It's
no,
got
that
nothing but
you
apps.
well, you would have to take them. You would have to take them out somewhere, even somewhere like Chuck E. Cheese or something. You get them used to being around people. You have them make friends and stuff. There's ways around that. take them to the dog park, like I said.
I agree, T. Like they would have to do like tests and everything. Like it's just like regular school.
It's weird.
I mean, from my understanding,
set,
a large chunk.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I have the ads thing set to like the most, like the least aggressive option.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
YouTube just wants its money,
Mike?
man. They just want their money.
I was gonna say, from my understanding, on average, homeschooled kids are far beyond the public school system in terms of like learning and knowledge and stuff like that.
Better off.
Yeah, like they learn better
about that.
And I mean, this is anecdotal, but I would say pretty much every teacher I've come across, and I come across teachers every now and again where I've talked to them, they all say like, hey, I was teaching for 15, 20 years or whatever. It's getting so bad. So like you are right too, like the other students, their parents, there's just like massive disruptions, and it's like holding other kids back. Dude, because they're having to accommodate them.
I've heard of people, and I'm not going to name names, but recently I've heard stories about like their kid has some sort of anxiety, and because they have anxiety, they have like one of those plans. I forget what they're called, but their plan says that they have to be within reach of their phone and their headphones and this and that in case they get anxious and they have. No. I had anxiety my whole life, and I didn't have headphones and cell phones and all this other nonsense, and I somehow managed to survive. Like,
you okay?
I get very heated about this.
She's ranting, man. I love it. No, dude, I agree, but that's why you figure how long this stuff's been going on for. You're seeing like college students who you listen to them talk and how they act, you would literally think they're like 9 years old. Like because of the school system they're coming out of, dude. Like they're behaving like children. It's crazy. Man,
nuts, man.
Homeschooling would be interesting. I'm like, hey, go farm me some trophies on on this game, my dude.
Oh my God.
Teach you responsibility. I want this platinum by next Friday. Just rewind the stream. That's hilarious, dude. That's a good idea.
Just what?
No, he was Myers was saying, just rewind the stream 10 seconds and put it on 1.25 speed, and you'll catch up.
What do you mean? What about autistic people?
Oh my God, I don't want to talk about that here, but I want to send you some stuff to watch regarding that.
Okay.
But I don't want to get too in the weeds here.
I have a nephew that's very autistic.
Yeah.
What's really scary, I'll touch on this. What's really scary that I've seen a good amount of people talk about is their kid is fine.
Did I say cousin?
Then
no.
I said nephew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Their kid is fine, like literally as a baby or a toddler, and then like they like almost overnight change.
Yeah, I don't
and
know
it's
why. Like what causes it?
The sad thing about my nephew is that like he looks very old for his age.
He looks like 15 years older than he is.
Does he have
progeria? Looks older than me.
Yeah, definitely.
He looks older than me, but he is 12 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Does he actually have a condition? Like, does he have progeria?
He has autism. I don't know if he has anything else.
I think he has like he looks a lot like his grandfather, my sister's dad. A lot like him. Like he because he's like losing his hair and stuff. But it's sad because he's like literally in his 20s. Yeah. No, wait. Yeah, in his 20s.
He's older, yeah.
No, I was doing the math of like how old I was, and I was trying to subtract 12, and I was just like,
he's younger.
Less than 30. Late 20s. Mid 20s.
The sad part is I don't know if he could ever be like self-sufficient.
No, he's like 20. How old am I?
I don't know, 35,
36.
Okay.
36.
So that would
24.
Be 24. Yeah.
He's like one of those like 80s 20-year-olds where they just looked older.
Do you think he'll ever be like self-sufficient?
No. He definitely won't.
That's the thing that scares me. That's like one of the things that really scares me about like kids is like.
You're talking about kids a lot.
We're
dude.
talking about kids.
Can you drop this kid
We're talking
thing,
about
please?
it right now.
Like
Jesus
you're
Christ.
kind of stressing me out
Get
a little
outta
bit.
here.
I'm starting to get anxious about this. I think I now have anxiety about something that's going on.
Ooh,
Dude,
you're
you're
having
gonna
a
adopt
birthday
a
party.
you're gonna adopt a small Japanese boy to teach you Japanese and watch
don't.
animes with.
Wait, to teach you Japanese, but it's a baby and he hasn't learned Japanese. He's just like gonna naturally know
He'll
Japanese.
know. He'll know, dude.
That's how that works for sure.
Do you remember learning English? Because I don't. I just knew it.
Yeah.
Think
me
about
too.
it.
Oh my god.
Me too.
Happy birthday, T.
Yeah,
All right,
happy
I think
birthday,
we should
dog.
go though, because
Yeah,
this
it's
has been an
getting
extra
late.
large stream today.
Burp.
So
A doubler.
no, it just hurts. Stop hurting me. Stop punching me. Were you literally punching me?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I wasn't punching you. I was hitting you.
Jesus. All right. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye. Bye, guys.
Bye 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 bye.
And where's the outro? There
Word
it is.
up.
All right. See you guys later. Peace.